Hey, how are you doing? It's Alan here from Look for Warriors, and I'm reading Think and Grow Rich. And I'm reading a chapter called Sexual Transmutation. And I'm reading all of this and I'm putting my thoughts out on YouTube. And as I read this chapter, Sexual Transmutation, I was thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to read this one. I think it's important. I want to know all about it. But I'm not putting this out on YouTube. I'm not putting Sexual Transmutation back out on YouTube. But it's really important. I read it and I think I have to do it. A couple of things he says, and this is Napoleon Hills' words, not mine. There's a lot of movements, particularly on YouTube and other places, about this no fat movement and everything else, and holding your sexual energy and using it for motivation. That's what he's talking about in this book that was written 80 years ago. Now, there's a couple of things he said which I think is really, really important. Number one, every man who's done, and I'm going to talk about men here, sexuality may be different for women, so, and I obviously don't have a deep understanding of that. I have a little bit more of an understanding of men, so I'll start with that. So he says that every man who's done everything great, this is from 80 years ago, every man who's done everything great has learned to control their sexual energy, not to get rid of it. He says it's a huge motivating factor in life. And yes, I think we can all agree with that. It is quite a motivator. And what he says is every man who's learned to take that energy and hold it within the body and move it, that energy, throughout your body. Any man who's created great things and has a motivation to create great things has learned to control that energy and move it throughout their body. So that's number one thing he said. The number two things he said, and he's talking about poets, playwrights, writers, people who create beautiful things. It's coming from that place, that imagination place, that place that we don't understand. Inspiration, spirit, what comes from, I'm going to just say it comes from God. He says anyone who's created great things, these great writers, and I'm from Ireland, the land of great writers, great poets, great playwrights, great musicians, and anyone who has created incredible, beautiful things, we're talking about men here, they've done it through controlling that sexual energy in their body. And second thing he says is that a man who can do great things in the world, for the most part, is someone who does it through the love of a woman. And this is so important. This is so important. Because it's about finding the right people in your life. There's many men who with unbelievably amazing potential who just married the wrong person. And the energy of two people connected together, pushing together in the same direction, is a very powerful energy. That's why all the propaganda we get today is about the destruction of the family. In fact, the most radical thing, I'm going to say the most radical thing you can do today is be a good dad and have a great family and look after your kids, have a great relationship and a great marriage. That's the most radical thing you can do today. It's not celebrated. It's feared. It's feared. The man with a great connection great family. The people who are doing the best right now during lockdown are the people with great families, those connections. Not a great time for single people right now. So he's talking about sexual transmutation. Doesn't mean never having sex. That's not what he's talking about. But what he is talking about is controlling that energy within your body, moving it around your body through meditation. You can lie down and learn to take that energy and move it throughout your body. And it's the number one motivator. He says the biggest motivator, particularly for men. And I checked my analytics on YouTube, and I expected that it would be, the amount of male listeners would be high, but it's 100%. It's 100% men. Maybe it won't be always that, but right now it's 100% men. So that's who I'm talking to. But it's about controlling and moving the sexual energy through your body. Sexual transmutation. And not constantly releasing it. Now, I want to create beautiful things in my world. That's partially what these videos are about. And I'm talking about Napoleon Hills' words here, not mine. So I'm not perfect in any of this. But I do see what he's saying. I do see what he's saying. And this is something that we all need to work on. Or not. Or not, do whatever you want. But what his words are is that the people who have been great, the people who have created great things, the people who, the incredible playwrights, the incredible poets, the incredible people who have connected to something really deep inside themselves, are the people who've learned to control that energy and use that energy inside the body for motivation. And I don't know if that is something that everybody can do, if that is something that you can do, if that is something that even I can do. But the information is good and the information is important. And it's something really to research and to test for yourself, which I will do. How much motivation do you have? Before and after, let's say. I knew I didn't want to do this one. I so knew I didn't want to do this one. I don't know if this is going to go out. But trying the meditation, trying to move that energy throughout your body, trying to build it into motivation, and trying to give you the energy that you need and the motivation that you need during the day to get your amazing work done to create beautiful things in the world. Sexual transmutation. So there's been Alan here from Looking for Warriors talking about Think and Grow Rich, sexual transmutation.